Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Expats in Business. Today we have a special edition of End of the Year.
It is exciting to see all of you. It is important that you are coming to the sessions again and again, trusting us, because the event is gonna grow. We are in the 20th session, and then it's also good because there's a lot of people.
I'm here from last 2 years, and fortunately it took me 20 sections from sitting, being an audience, to stand here as a guest.
I collaborate with the person from Italy, from Ukrainian, because I speak only Polish and English and a little French. But I collaborate with other person because sometimes if someone not speaking English, we have problem to communicate. So then,
generally, we provide accounting services all in one place. Service for any people who want to start and provide business in Poland.
The podcast is actually a baby product of the agency. The whole premise of the podcast is interviewing entrepreneurs everywhere I go who are international, who managed to build a business from the ground up, not working 9 to 5. So I don't have 9 to 5.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Expats in Business End of the Year meeting. Today we have a very special meeting. I want to have a very warm welcome to our regular people, and I also want to welcome the new people. Today we have a special edition of End of the Year. So again, thank you so much for coming, and I hope this session is going to be to your liking. Today's edition of the session is actually a bit different from the regular ones, because it is the end of the year one and we want to celebrate our journey with you. So what is on our agenda? First of all, I'm going to be talking about the purpose of this session. Later on, Z is going to tell us what is new for Expats in Business for the upcoming year. And at the end, Anna is going to talk with us with a very special way with new speakers, something that we haven't done before, and we hope that you really like it. And we're going to have some guest speakers today. We're going to do a little recap for our 2024. Some of the regulars you already know, but we want to remind again, because this has been a huge success for us. We are very happy with what we have accomplished this year, and we would like to celebrate it once again with you. And this is going to be a chance for the new people who are coming to get to know what has happened, and maybe they will feel actually more belonging and more encouraged to join us in the next year in our journey. So what is EiB? Who we are and what we do? We are a community that is specified or let's say oriented into business. We do strategy and planning sessions. This is an internal group that we have right now, which we will introduce later on. We have few sessions. The first one is the Connect and Collaborate. It happens once a month, where it's simpler version of this one, and people just come, they connect, they find other people who they can collaborate with, help, maybe they can propose their problems and they can find solution in it. The second one is the guest speaker session. It's a session where we bring someone who actually started a business and he's here to share his experience with us, the struggles that he has been through, what are his plans, what he wants to do, what he struggles with. And he also gets questions from the people who are here and share his experience with them. The third one is the cultural exchange sessions. We haven't started these yet. It will be the next year, but basically it is about sharing cultures through different things, traditions, habits, food, the most beautiful thing for us today. And then the virtual Connect sessions. Of course, we know how difficult and how it could be challenging for people to keep coming to sessions stationary. So we are trying to recreate the same version, but it's going to be virtual to people attend it online. And the fifth part is the business development events and workshops. And for this part, we actually want not this to be only about talking and listening, but we want to create workshops where people can learn or practice doing things. So it will be helpful for them to do their businesses. So this is an overview of what Connect and Collaborate sessions look like. This has been for all the previous months. You will see here some familiar faces who have been there, and they are here today as well. Thank you for keeping up with us and trusting us and keep coming to us. The guest speaker sessions, we have here some shining stars from the guest speaker session who shared with us their knowledge as well, and we are hoping that you are going to be the next guest speaker sessions and you will be sharing your experiences as well. The cultural exchange sessions as well, this is our upcoming, but this is an overview of what is to expected in these sessions, and the virtual Connect sessions. And finally, the business development events and workshops, which we are right now currently working on. And we promise you we are going to be having some very, very interesting workshops for you. And we are looking forward for you to join us. So what is new? Now it's for Z, and he's going to share with us what is going to happen for next year.
Okay. Thank you, Chaima. And today I'm a little bit panicked. I think I never expected that there's going to be many people, as well as new faces or repeating faces after some time that I'm going to see them. But it is exciting to see all of you, and also it is important that you are coming to the sessions again and again. So trusting us, yeah, because the event is going to grow, etc. Yeah. So what I'm going to cover here. It's going to be also quick, yeah, because there's not a major update that what we're going to talk about, next. But what are you going to see on the next couple of days? Some of the steps has been already actioned, but nobody knows why, yeah. So that I'm trying to explain about that. And also, I just wanted to talk about, what are the changes for the coming months as well, because this is going to be pretty important for you to know if you wanted to even collaborate, or we talked about many session types. But it is important to know this stuff, right? So, Chaima, if you go to the next slide. Before that, I wanted to talk about the insights. These values are not much, compared to the other events that you have in Krakow, but we are really new. So we just wanted to celebrate it small, okay? And when over the next years, the changes are going to happen, we will still be able to come back to the data and see, because this data is real. And it's already almost calculated, taking the numbers. So I will just give a kind of a quick overview. Our participants, so we have a couple of groups, like the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook Messenger groups, etc. So we have about 1,500 people over there in different places, which is there's active members and inactive members as well. So we are trying to count them over the next years. How are we going to measure these people as well? Because it doesn't make sense, if we have a lot of people and they are inactive, yeah. Also appearances, we had about 300 plus appearances on different meetings. We did it really small. On cafes, for an example, we started from cafes, there were 4 or 5 people. At one session, there was only 6 people, but still we didn't give up, yeah. We just had this hope, we are gonna grow, and we will grow also with your support, yeah. And then the participants, there's more than 140 plus people who have registered on different mechanisms, and then we have these people's data. What we are thinking, what we are going to do with this, how it is going to be, because we can't share this data. It is important that your data is safe with us so that we don't share it with anyone. But also, we have to do something, right? Because you came here to gain something out of it. So we are really looking forward to do that as well. And the next one, it is kind of interesting for me because, all over, from about 41 countries, different people visited. And then I was taking and looking the stats. It's very important to see a lot of Polish people came in as well, So there's one question that is being asked, how many Polish people come? Or so it's expats in business, so is it open for Polish people as well? And most of the people think, no, yeah, because it's expat thing, yeah. And then most of the expat events that is happening, they think it's expat. So it is important to know these stats, which we will show it on the next year, so to see, yeah. But there's 40 plus people from 40 plus countries, yeah. Then going into this, our main priority is our contributors and our participants, because without contributors, I can't do all this, yeah, alone, because there were so many people running around. The people who came earlier, you saw, yeah, because there's the videographers, there's the speakers, there's someone who's doing the food, filling out the forms, going to the cafes, connecting different people. This is very important. as well as like we do all this stuff, but if you don't have participants, that is also a problem, right? So we focus on the participants. We try to remember each one of you, and not only me, like, most of the team members are trying to interconnect, make a kind of a network, yeah? So which is important, even when we grow bigger, we wanted to have that kind of a mentality and like, mindset, yeah? Then we think, because if we do not care about these two factors, it will be meaningless, yeah? Our session, so we had it on 9 different places. We tried in different places, one by one. And thanks to Bautik over there, we found this Multicultural Center, okay? And then through Multicultural Center, we have done many events here as well. But they are connecting us to different set of people, which we are trying to use on the next year, yeah? So which is an important point. So right now we have 9 places, but we will try to improve it further, yeah? So we did 20 public sessions. This is the 20th one, okay? So let's give her like, hey, because you all are here. Okay, and you are making these round numbers. Also the 10th session was like kind of a nice one. I still remember, it was in the Good Day Cafe, and that was the very first one where we had the first guest speaker, like 10 sessions back. And now we are in the 20th session, and then like, it's also good because there's a lot of kind of people, yeah, I see. Out of them, like, almost every session was a network session, but 15 plus sessions we did dedicatedly for network, like, events. And then one stat that I didn't include, like, how many meetings that I would have had with like, the individuals, like who is in the team contributing. It's more than like 25, 50 sessions, yeah? So it is a lot of hard work that we try to do into like, make this connection work. Our main focus is for the next year to create these meetings, which will help the expats like you, because we are struggling with certain stuff, finding information, etc., to like, reduce the struggle. So I think that you will help us out as well back, but also to make a kind of group of people networking, and also, growing together, yeah? Because every time someone who doesn't have a business who comes here, when they're asking something, what we say is like, try to make a business, yeah? We will try to help, we will try to connect you to people. And then a lot of people are doing, so we will have perfect example today as well. One of the special person, I'm not gonna tell the names. Yes, where did we do our events? Like, we did it in many places, but like, couple of places we did many times. Iconic, we start with like, we did it in different cafes. It was like random, we just speaked in. But then we went to York. It was also nice because the owner there, he was very kind, also giving us to host about 3-4 sessions. We have these cafes, like, a couple of cafes, they have already talked to us, like, a couple of cafes that we already have gone and doing sessions, so that we will try to add it more, because we will have the freedom to move and then like, to get to know a lot of new people. And then finally, the cultural center, yeah, because they are also connecting us to a lot of different new places. Okay, this is this side, yeah? What is on the next side? What is the plan and what we really want from you, yeah? I know because I talked to some of you guys from the session here. I also wrote to come to the session. There are people who is already doing some community events. They are kind of leading some kind of sessions. They have some people as well. They have people who is having this entrepreneurial mindset, yeah? So, but their focus is not that. So what we are trying to do is like, have a kind of a connection and a collaboration with them in the future. So if you are a person like that, or if you know someone who is doing a group like that, we really welcome you as well, because we are looking to work with you in online as well as local, because we wanted to do some events, and I think the people that you network with, it is also kind of important for us as well. So there will be win-win situations where you can grow your network as well as ours, yeah? So it starts with something that is interesting, which like we created a couple of weeks back. So I would like to take your phones out and scan this code. If you haven't joined, I know some of you already have joined this, but there's 2 groups that what we have created. Why we have created this group is, as it says, like, let's avoid the distraction and build community to find out more connections. What does it mean? Yeah, because like what we found out was like, yes, we wanted to give opportunity for people to connect, but the problem is like when you have this on WhatsApp, it's not convenient, because the messages will start like, sending, and then maybe we have an event, but someone who is at home who wanted to rest, or like having an argument with someone, seeing this message, it's not nice, yeah? So having it on a kind of a silence mode, it is kind of important for us. But having this WhatsApp for really special, important things, and if we let them know about it, it will be different. So what we are trying to do is build a group in Facebook for expats in business for Krakow. Okay, you will see what is coming in. Just join in, and then you will know exactly. Yeah, like what we do with our events. Yeah, we just wanted to keep it secret. No, not really, but like we just wanted to give you step by step. Yeah, so that you can absorb it. But you will see it on the next slide as well. Some of the stuff. Then the second one is in Poland. Yeah, because we wanted to connect with different places. Right, we have been telling it for a while. Different cities as well. That brings into a new topic. Yeah, because a lot of people comes on. And then they keep on asking, where are my contacts? Where are my contacts? How am I going to find these people? But we don't have consent from everyone to share your details. So what we are trying to do is something interesting. We call it as Expat Business Directory. This is going to act like the kind of a yellow pages for the community. Yeah. Couple of things we will do. One that you see in the middle. Okay, which will give you a kind of overall stat to see how it is growing. And we can't fit everyone in, yeah, because there will be a lot who is doing the same thing from the same field. So we have interesting mechanisms how we are gonna give someone the priority over another person, yeah. Then these stats that you see, it will show that information as well as we will try to build some kind of a blog, where people can write about this stuff because there's expertise on you. So to give the opportunity, so we will try to make something like that. And then the next thing is you will see a different poster or mechanism seeing people are being listed down, okay, on this. So there you will see restaurants, cafes, not just to dine in because you have Google Maps here. So it doesn't make any sense. But if you have an event like this, but you wanted to get some kind of a special order, there might be people who is doing it from home, or they do it they rent a place and they do it stuff. They don't get an opportunity really. Yeah, and then building a restaurant, it's a very hard job. I don't want to, because at one point I wanted to do it, now I don't want to. But still I have the passion for food, right? So then isn't it for me or not? Really, it's something that we have to think about, yeah? So that people, they don't get an opportunity, and we have to share it on the groups. This is where this comes in play, yeah? And then if still restaurants, cafes, they're doing delivery for events, so they can be there as well. Then I have another sample, yeah? For an example here on the right, accounting, taxing, things like that, yeah? So it will have for many different categories, digital marketing, who are the graphic designers, who are the influencers, etc. Because then you can pitch into the influencers directly. You don't have to come to Expats in Business and ask, okay, can I just make a conversation with these influencers or put it on the group, because you will see them, yeah? So this is the thing, what we are trying to do. And this is not gonna be enough, yeah, very soon, because you will see it is overflowing. For that, already we will move this traffic to a kind of a web portal. The next important thing, which Anna is gonna take care shortly, but I wanted to give a heads up about it, what's gonna happen. A lot of participants want to talk, but we can't fit in them, yeah? That is another problem that what we are trying to solve, also give you a kind of opportunity, because you come in with an expectation, because the others should know what you're doing. So how we are trying to fix it is, we do two things, yeah, here. You will see it in today's session. One, we are having some kind of a session like this where people like you will be able to talk about your business. Doesn't matter if it is a small business or a big business, yeah? You can talk about it. There will be a specific format. You will be given the opportunity to talk about it. And then something called the stories behind the business. This one specifically will be focusing on to talk about you, who you are, what you do, and where are you from, and then how do you find the sessions, But the next one will be specifically focusing on to talk about your story. How did you start a business? What are the kind of challenges and stuff like that? So this more information, Anna is going to talk about it. So I'm not going to spoil it, yeah? But this second one, it is going to be silence into a camera. And the first one, it is going to be for a public audience like you. I think I'm good with my slides. Yeah? Is it? Yeah. So I will hand over it to Anna, Shaima. Okay.
Thank you so much. Now we are reaching the third part of our agenda for today, and I'm going to hand it over for Anna for, as we said, the special edition of today's session. Anna, please.
Yes. I think I have a mic. Hello, everyone. So it's time for your stories. These people are very experienced, both of them, so I have my cheat sheet. That's my first step. So basically, if we go to the next slide, please, we are going to have stories about excellent business owners here. And these are going to be the topics that they are going to talk about, and many more, if they want to, obviously. And the main topics that we want to tackle with is who they are, where they come from, how did they end up to have a business in Poland, which is really hard, and why are they passionate about business and how they achieved it, how they achieved to have their own thing, something that we all strive to have, yeah? And at the end, we will just ask them, what do they think about expats in business? Do they love it as much as we do? Right? So let me give you like a little bit of agenda. For each of the participants, the interview will last 5 minutes. You all will have 2 minutes to ask questions to them. So please write down your questions. Make sure that your question gets through. You know, it can be a lot of them. So further ado, I'm going to ask the first participant. Please come over. So here I present you Swarup Mohanty, and
Thank
he
you.
is the owner of the best cafe, but a really good cafe which I also visited and really much enjoyed. It's called Crepe Me, and the first question would be, please introduce yourself, who you are, where you come from.
My name is Swarup. I hailed from India. I'm here from last 2 years, and fortunately it took me 20 seconds from sitting be an audience to stand here as a guest.
And can I ask you like how you come to Poland and when did you decide to have a business?
I came to Poland, yeah, of course, via LOT.
Okay.
Okay, so I came to Poland via my work visa, and of course I was very passionate to start something of my own. Luckily I met this group of people who are with similar mindset and with same kind of motivation all around you, boosted me a lot, and I took this decision that yes, I can do it.
Great, that sounds amazing. And what was, like before you would start the business, what was the motivation for coming Poland? I just want to understand how you transformed to go for the business.
Well, it was always in back of my mind that I should start something of my own. And I studied the entire market, basically how the market scenarios in Krakow look like, what kind of business will have a good impact, and what will be the ROI of my entire investment. So based on these few factors, I ended up with this.
Great. You know, Zian also, like in the beginning, he mentioned that he also thought about the restaurant business.
Yeah.
In your case, it's a cafe, so it's a little bit different, but I believe it's still very, very hard. What kind of challenges you would highlight so far?
Well, as an expat, if you don't speak Polish, it is very challenging, of course, yes. But, I was very lucky that, wherever I was paused, I was given that opportunity to ping in this group, and some of my friend, colleague, even when I never met, they helped me. They helped me in a legal way, in accounting. They helped me. Let's grab a coffee and let's talk more about what is your current scenario and how they can boost me. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but if you find a way out, then nothing is impossible.
I truly believe that as well. And like from that perspective, do you think it's just really important to be just like open-minded person, communicative person to succeed in business? Or is it more about how much you will plan and how much you will just find out about the market? What is more important from your perspective?
Well, it's always nice to have your strength and weakness side by side. In certain scenarios, I'm very bad at. I mean, in terms of if we have a lady employee, I could not speak to them in terms of why don't you help me with this? So, you know, it's always good that you communicate this thing to your, like I have a partner who I pass on this message that will you please take care of this part because I'm not capable enough or sufficient enough to take care of this employment part. So it's very good that you win on your strengths and you work on your weakness.
Nice point. So if we come to your cafe, what do you think is the best part of your cafe? Is it like atmosphere, the people who work there, or those really amazing crepes?
I am sure most of you been to Greece. So there is one famous coffee that Greek people love is Freddo Espresso. So yeah, this is a unique, you know, coffee we serve in entire Krakow, and most of tourists from Greece, you know, search from Google that, you know, where we can find this coffee and they visit here.
Nice. I didn't know that because I was at his cafe like 2 months ago. I would really recommend the cinnamon and nuts crepe. I loved it. So 100% recommendation. Next time I will go for the Greek.
Thank you.
And can you tell us a little bit more about the next steps for you, for your business?
Next steps? Well, every day is a learning for me, and you know, it's always challenging. I take my customers' opinion on a very high priority, and of course, end of the day, I decide what's good for my cafe. Recently, I have introduced new flavors of sweet crepes, and you know, based on last 6 months feedback, in this summer probably I will introduce some more, you know, items on my menu. Yeah.
Okay. So it's worth to come to you.
Oh, yeah, it
The
will
last
be.
question from me, the last. What do you think about EiB, Expats in Business?
Well,
Okay.
well,
That
you
was
know,
long.
there's so many things in my mind. You know, as I said, we were initial days when we started this community, and where we are right now is pretty impressive. G, thank you. And you know, this part of community helped me not in just of giving me motivation in terms of helping in each steps, having, you know, good friend with a good vision is always important, and that's why we're here.
Great job with your business.
Thank you. Guys, please follow me in Instagram. You can reach me, number, mail, anytime you come to me. Probably just say that you are from Expat group, and I will give you discounts.
Yay.
Thank you.
Please stay for the questions if they would like to
Yeah.
ask you
Any
some questions,
questions?
please.
What inspires you to keep going when business is not doing what you expect it to do? What inspires you to keep moving?
Well, you know, when I set up my mind that I am going to start something, I didn't thought of a sprint. It's a complete marathon. So I know there will be a blockers, there will be slow days, but you should never give up.
And we had another question.
I will cheat a bit because I have 2 questions. But my first question is, what was the worst situation that you lived through, I would say, your success story? And then I will ask the second question after.
I'll be very honest, when you don't have pennies, you know, money in your pocket, it will be very hard to take any decision. It's a very true fact. I mean, apart from that, you can manage everything. I mean, you can ask for help, you can ask for XYZ, give me, I mean, you can even get credit. But if you don't have anything in your pocket and all of a sudden things, you know, just crumble on your head, and, you know, you feel like, oh, it's time to break.
I had another question, but I would just follow with it. Okay, you didn't have money in your pocket, and that is really nice because plenty of people here, they have problems too, and they don't dare to say. So thank you to say. But how did you struggle with it after this situation to keep going, as actually we said just before? So what did you do?
So there will be scenarios where or days where there'll be 0 pennies in your pocket. But getting worry is a part of life, and it's completely okay. It's nothing to be worried about. But the point is, we need to find a way out. There is always a hope, and there is a light of opportunity. So yes, so you have to identify, and you can just calm down for a bit, and yeah, there will be some ways, and there will be a light of hope for sure.
Okay.
And in my scenario, I also got some kind of fund in a very deadly scenarios. And okay, apart from my cafe, it's completely B2C. So we have currently introduced to Krakow market a kind of very specific and unique flavors of hot chocolate, which we import from other country, and we deliver to many cafes. Currently, we have 15 odd cafes been engaged with our hot chocolate, and it's B2B only. Thank you.
The next participant we have, please come over. We have Klaudia Za, and she is the owner of the real estate agency, but after talking to her, I realized that she doesn't like to call it like that. She likes to call it helping people. So if you can introduce yourself and tell us about your business, please.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for invitation, Z, and thank you all of you. Yes, I'm from here. I'm based in Krakow. I'm based here 10 years because I wasn't born in the city, but I come here for study. So each of you come to the city for something, and I stay here because I just living here and work here. And I do real estate. So no, I mistake. I come here 15 years ago, and I do real estate since 10 years, and it's just my experience, it's just my work, because I started between the study, and it's just like that. So basically I do real estate, but I do this, but it wasn't like my dream job that I would like to be the pilot or someone else, some other profession. But it just happened, and it's all the time. So for 7 years I work in kind of Polish corporation. I sales a lot of apartments in Krakow. For example, in the behind on the streets on Zabłocie there are new buildings, so I do this. I did it. Sorry. And what else? I don't know. Yeah, it's always stressful for me to just talk to many people. So for me, it's every time easily to speak one-to-one.
So maybe like a less stressful question.
Yeah.
What's the best part of doing business for you?
Really, I all the time learn to do business because, as I said, I do this for 10 years, but for 7 years to corporate. So during the 7 years, I learned how to sell, how to rent, how to have a connection with the client, how to grow with the relation with the client, right? But since 3 years, I do it by my own. And when I just started 3 years ago, I have no idea anything. I don't know anything about the taxes, for example, right? Or how can I open my own company? So every day, as said previous guest, that I learn every day. So yeah, I run my business because I just work for my client, for my own, but hopefully I didn't do any marketing because the client, they just know me. In every corporation I have the synonym famous Klaudia, because someone you have problem to find the apartment to rent because there is the new person, or we know that sometimes owner of the apartment have problem to person not from Poland to rent, then I just come in and try to help, and every time it's with success. So renting, yeah, and Nicole, I invite my friend. She was my first customer. by my own. So yeah, so I just, yeah, I think that my business ran because that I would like to help people to find to all process, to just care about the people.
You mentioned that you had a lot of issues with taxes, maybe with working with government, like the documentations. What was the way, like you just figured everything out like through the internet by yourself, or you went for the agencies? If you can recommend, like.
No, for me was easily. I don't have friends or family. All my friends and all my family, they work for some corporation or for some company. But for me, I met few good person in my life, and they just help me because I call them kind of mentor, right? Because they're a kind of advisor. If I have a problem with my business, I can every time call to them and ask them they can even try to help me solve my problem. So
Okay, I
yeah.
see.
I have more experience like how to do my job than experience how to do the business. So
Okay,
I'm
I
still
see.
learning,
You
and it works.
You are already the second person who says like you just had a help from your friends.
Yes,
So how do you think
it's the most important to
the
have
most
help.
important, right?
Yes.
You know, I was also looking at your website. It's
Okay,
called
thank
Real
you.
Kraków.
Yes.
And I saw that one of the most important parts of your business is to be multicultural, to
Yes.
connect not only like Polish people but the expats in Kraków. So how do you achieve that, and what are the ways that your business achieves this to give them comfort and help them out?
It's also the goal from the corporation. I mean, just all people which have problem to find the apartment, they have my number, and from this number hand to hand, because it just work. I don't know how to
Because I
translate it,
remember
how to say
talking
it,
with you,
yeah.
and you mentioned that you have also friends who are, let's say, Italian or
Yes.
other from other countries that are
Yes.
helping you for the expat to talk in their own language rather than communicating in
Okay,
Polish or
ask me.
English.
Yes, exactly. So I collaborate with the person from Italy, from Ukrainian, because I speak only Polish and English and a little French. But yeah, I collaborate with other person because sometimes if someone not speaking English, we have problem to communicate. So then I have the person from, for example, Italy, and she speak on Italy, she speak Spanish, she speak English. So then we can talk each other on English language, but she can talk with the client. So, but it also last year. I never dreaming about, growing my team and growing my business, because for me it was just my job, my work. So it wasn't doing. But step by step and month by month, I have more clients and business growing. And I think that it's the goal of growing business that you also need to growing the team.
And if you tell us, like, how many members do you have in the team currently?
5 person.
Very nice. And maybe something about the next step for your business, or you just don't plan, you just go with the flow?
I think that I have to thinking about some marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my Google cards, and also have a lot of question from Google reviews and also from Instagram. So I try to do this and master that. But yeah, I think that
Okay.
yeah, we will see what will happen next. But I think that if someone start the business, then we would like to growing this business, not closer. But yeah, we will see.
If you can do the next slide, and I will ask you last question. What do you think about expats in business? And then we'll move on question.
In my opinion, he do very good job, yes, because you are the owner and older person, yeah, but you're the entrepreneur of that. And I think that it's expat in business is I don't want to say just the super, but it's necessary. It's necessary for people like me, even that I'm from the Poland, but people which you can tell about some issue, which you can ask if you have some problems. So yeah, I think that this group is necessary to growing our business and to make new connection and new friends. Yeah, so
Thank you, Klaudia.
thank you.
So if you would like to use the services or just contact with her because she just
Yeah, I can help with all things here in Krakow.
You can take
I'm
your
based here,
phone,
so-
take a photo. And if you have some questions to Klaudia?
Hi, I would like to ask you, how did you find your mentors, and what's their, what is the type of relationship you have with them, and did you find them in such community as we are here now, or yeah?
My first mentor I found in a kind of networking group in Krakow, because when I decided that I would like to run my own business, because I'm the real estate agent also for Polish people, right? So this is my work. But after war in Ukraine, it was necessary to help expats, to help people from Ukraine to find the apartment. And there was the situation like that for example, owner said, okay, I can rent this apartment from those people, but they have to pay me, for example, double caution or something like that. Yeah, it was horrible and it was very unfair, because all those people which would like to earn more money because there is the war in the Ukraine. So it was very unfair. And when was the situation like that also, and it was like the beginning why I ran Real Kerka. it was just like that. So I just try to help first person, another person with, I don't know, internet. With, first of all, we need to find the apartment, then we need to get the PESEL, then we need to get the kartę pobytu, and with the whole process. When I decided to run my own business, before Real Kerka, I joined to some networking group, and on Facebook, on Google, there is a lot of information about networking club in Krakow, and it's also, for example, in evening, and there I met my first mentor, and this mentor also asked me, Klaudia, why you do not run something like that? But then I need to, sitting at the first evening, second evening, third evening, and thinking, okay, I need the name, I need the logo, I need the website. And so for me, I just run my business because I do everything by my own. So it's just step by step, and it needs a lot of time. But I met my first mentor in networking. And then she told me, okay, Klaudia, you need to find another networking group. And it was like that, just from time to time, I'm going somewhere, and yes, and I found Expat in business because another person, maybe Klaudia, you can run your business like more, and you can not find your client inside the company kitchen, yeah, and you can maybe try to find some organization where are the expat, and you can tell your story and tell how you help. And it was how I met Z, because I joined to Expat in business.
Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Klaudia.
you.
Yes, I present you, Serge. You can present yourself if you would like
Present
to.
self, okay. My name is Sergey. Originally, I'm from Ukraine. Sorry of my English, it's not good, but I will try to say something about my business, what I am doing here, and how we began this business and why.
Yes, I have read a little bit about your business, and the Evolution Group is providing lots of services. It's accounting services, it's when you want to start a new business in Krakow, so it has a lot of layers. My first question would be, what are the main services that you provide, and what kind of companies?
No, generally we provide accounting services. But when we talk with our clients, they ask any question about taxes, about some contracts, how to make contracts, how to do contracts with employers and other questions. That's why we do something all in one place, service for any people who want to start and provide business in Poland.
Okay. And when did you start the business in Poland? I'm aware that you come from Ukraine, right? Was it hard when you started it?
Yes, I had 20 years experience in Ukraine in corporative business, but in first time we came to Poland 10 years ago as a logistic company, but it was a great fuck up. We closed this business, and then 5 years ago I came from Ukraine once
And I know
again.
that was really hard
Yes,
start,
yes,
yeah?
with back with 3 laptops, a printer, and 3,000 euros in my case, and began from zero. And but it was a great idea to help people. Because we closed our business in first time because we came to Poland and didn't know anything about Poland. We can talk in Polish. we didn't know where to come, where to go, and where to do. And it was one of the reasons to close that business. That's why. We do all. We do as a consulting business, as tax advisory and accounting, and help with legalization, with any question what foreigners have in Poland.
And after 5 years, and you started from scratch, basically, as you said,
Yes.
with zero. So how did it happen that now, the second time, your business succeeded? What do you think was the key?
Key? The key is that I have 10 or 12 hours working day every day. This is the key. For first time, I work half of the years for free in other company because I want an experience. I want knowledge about how to do, how for free. I mean that it will be my partners in business, but in the house of the year, I understand that we had another mean about business, and so I get my business as a one, and no, it's just
nowadays, like
yes,
you really
and
succeeded very well.
step by step,
Yes.
step by step.
Yeah.
And,
You already have a group working with you, a team of
yes,
accountants?
now we have a team of 7 accountants and 1 office manager and 1 my person who helped me in
yes,
in
and
a
after all
single-
these years, you are just
yes,
growing,
yes,
yeah?
yes, the grow.
Yes.
Yes.
And what is the next steps? What do you think about next steps?
I think the next steps will be in Warsaw, because we have a strong position in Krakow. I have a base with. I have a team. I have some people who think in the same way that I have, and so in the next year we will go to Warsaw. And we have some culture project, but I don't know what is. Maybe it will be some foundation for this project. Oh no, I don't know.
Okay.
But
Still,
if anybody
big
interested
plans.
for culture project, we have a nice culture project with Italian partners on February in the Sheraton Hotel. And if some want to me about this, I want.
And where can we check this cultural project? I think
No, there's no information
Not yet?
about this culture project. But
it will be announced. Or
yes, later. Okay.
step by step.
No.
The last question for you: what do you think about expats in business?
Yes, it's a great idea. I know much business societies in Krakow, but it's only one English-speaking society, as I know, in Krakow. And thank you for it's a good idea. And so I will be glad to be helpful for society on consultation for expats are for free, and you're welcome.
Thank you. Please stay with us. We have time for 1 or 2 questions, and if you would like to check,
Yes.
this
you're
is the
welcome.
evolution group. I would recommend to just check it anytime you need.
This is my WhatsApp, and
There is a plenty of people, I think, they are not ready, I would say, to work for free, to learn the knowledge, as you said. For me, it's a very good idea. But I would like to ask you, why did you do that? I would say, to just explain the people why in the beginning we need to learn the skills. But in your point of view, I would like to hear that.
because it's not my profession. I finished in corporation as a logistic director, logistic and foreign trade department director, and accounting is not my branch. I am, as an administration, I have experience in marketing, in communication with client, but I am not accountant. Why accounting as an idea? Because people don't want to pay for consulting. They want consulting for free. But it will be something to get money, and we are getting money from accounting service, and consulting is for free for our clients. That will idea.
Okay. If you have any more questions, you will have lots of time to talk with Sergey. Thank you very much. That was very interesting. Now I would like to invite here our next speaker, please. Kandaka, a woman of lots of talents.
Hi. Love your smile. You make it easy for all of us.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you are lots of things. You are owning
Yeah.
digital marketing agency. You have a podcast, fashion model. I saw your pictures. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I would like to know your story.
All right. Well, my name is Dua in Arabic. I make it easier by going with Kandaka Dua, okay? I'm from Sudan originally, born and raised in Emirates, half of my life university in Egypt, and then I started traveling and landed here for a bit. So I'm a graduate of dentistry. I have Bachelor of Dentistry. After I graduated, I realized along the way that this is something I did based on society needs and for my parents, basically, like a lot of us in my generation. And I left it after graduating, trying to find what I'm good at. By a lot of experience and going through many fields, I landed on marketing and realized that that's my passion. And yeah, from there I started freelancing as a marketeer, tested marketing in different ways, online marketing, social media marketing, offline marketing, all possible ways, until I got the experience and confidence and realized that I'm actually impactful in this. And then came the step where I felt like it's time to invest in myself rather than invest in someone's company.
Make your own brand, right?
And make my own brand. So I started
perfect.
the agency just last August. It's a
Oh,
brand
okay.
new.
Brand
yeah.
new.
Yeah.
And what about podcasts?
The podcast is actually a baby product of the agency.
Okay.
So I was working on the agency and the podcast side by side. And the podcast, the whole premise of the podcast is interviewing entrepreneurs everywhere I go who are international, who managed to build a business from the ground up, not working 9 to 5. So I don't have 9 to 5 guests. And the whole purpose is to inspire people to like, hey, here's an example of a person who spent a while trying to figure it out and now they have a 6-figure business. You can do it too. So that's the whole purpose of the podcast. It's a baby project of the agency because it's a whole production of the agency, editing, marketing, and everything. So, yeah.
And you started your business in Krakow, right?
In Poland, yes.
In Poland.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Poland. And how do you find, like, what are the challenges for the expat? Like, were there parts where you felt like, oh, if I were Polish, I would not have that struggle?
Well, thankfully, I know my limits, and I'm a co-founder, and I have a business partner who is Polish, who handled all the difficult parts of creating the agency. He's the one who speaks in Polish, and I'm the one who deals with everything that has to do to deal with clients. He's the one who deals with accounting, legalities, and whatnot. So it's a teamwork, basically.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
And you know, I viewed your website, and it caught me. Like you were writing something like that you want to highlight tribal African elegant element to be your brand. What do you mean in that? You already have like an image for your brand. How do you find to show this image to the audience?
Good question. Where I come from in Sudan, it's not, you don't find the majority of women who think that they can be business women.
Right.
So I'm trying to have the brand fully cultured from Sudan, so that all the women from that region, when they see it, get inspired, and more women actually use their talents, and we get lots of business women from Sudan. So that's the whole premise of that way. Yeah.
I very much like it because it shows that you want to say something with your brand. You want to say something with your agency, and I think that it talks with people a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you find your business so far successful? And what was the most important key to the success? What would you say?
As a brand new business, so far I cannot say that I am successful. I'd be lying. It would be fair to measure this after a year, after 2 years. But I'm not gonna lie, starting a business is a very challenging thing. You have to set your expectations. Money is not gonna come the minute you start the business, but you have to believe in this business before you start it, so that you manage to keep going. Because there's a lot of challenges. There is the imposter syndrome, which a lot of entrepreneurs should be going through. There's finding clients. As a new agency, you're still building the credibility, building the trust. It's not the easiest thing the first years. So let's talk after 2 years, and I'll tell you if I became successful. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
And you know, all the other speakers also highlighted how important is it to have friends and to have friends in business. Was it the same for you?
It's so crucial being around people who have the same mindset in this particular thing. And that's why expats in business, this whole community, it's extremely important to find communities like this, because a lot of times you're lost. A lot of times you don't believe that it's gonna work. You need the push, you need brainstorming. You need people who are on the same wavelength and want to do something. So to get that push. So yeah, having friends, I pick friends who who have that ambition.
Yes.
Helps a lot.
Well, good luck.
Thank
I hope
you.
we will see you in 2 years.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
And we will be open for the questions, and if we can show, you can check her website, her beautiful pictures, listen to the podcast. Yes, there you go.
Subscribe, YouTube, guys. All right.
So she asked, how long would you like to stay here in Poland?
I'd love to stay as much as possible, especially after finding this community. It makes me feel that I belong a little bit more. But this trip will end by February, and then hopefully another trip will come soon.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask about podcast, right? Do you find it challenging to run a podcast these days when, you know, it seems to be extremely saturated? And do you think, I don't know how many episodes have you created, but do you have any ideas how to kind of break even or stand out when there are thousands of podcasts and things like that?
Great question, to the point. I always say, create, don't imitate. So there is hundreds of thousands of podcasts. It's like podcast era. We're living in the podcast era right now. So you gotta create something that has a value in your own spice or your own twist for it to actually stand a chance to be seen. That's one thing. But the most important thing for anyone who is going to start a podcast, make it because you love it, not because you're expecting to get money of it next month. So it's not gonna pay off this year, not the next year, but I'm betting on it hopefully in a couple of years to work out.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, I'll meet you guys in 2 years. And I launched it exactly 2 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. My question is that your goal of having a podcast and YouTube channel, or just like a defining kind of business and maybe earning income in future from that, or connecting to something else? I mean, using as a marketing goal for something else.
Basically, the reason that motivated me to start the podcast now, even, I love the idea and I'm very passionate about it, and the editing, it was a whole learning curve, but I'm mainly also using it as an indirect marketing for my agency. So as I said, it's a baby product, and who sees it hopefully will connect to the agency and be a potential client. So that's the whole purpose, yeah.
Business. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that concludes all our visitors and speakers today. Thank you all very much. All of the stories, I think, was very exciting for me, at least. You can, we're gonna have a session just to collaborate with each other, talk with each other, so you can ask all the rest of the questions. And I will give you the microphone.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you.
That was very super interactive part. Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for our guest speakers. You are all awesome, and we are very happy to see you and end the year with you. Next, another amazing person, our host here, Paulina.
Hello, everyone. I'm Paulina. I'm a coordinator of Multicultural Center, operated by EiB Poland Foundation. Some of you know me very well. I say the same thing every month, but I won't take much of your time. I just want to say thank you. Because it's the end of the year. We are in the moment of summaries, different summaries. And I hope to see you next year. I wish all of you good holidays for those who are celebrating. Happy New Year and congratulations, because I am a witness of to see how this community grew, how Z and the team were involved and how you made the things happen. So thank you. I'm leaving the information.
Well, finishing the cycle of thank you, I would like to thank our team who made all of this happen. We have Z, we have Shamila. Please, like, your hands up so everyone can see you.
They can even come today,
Yes, 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 Shamila. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now I want to finish with a very kind request from you, is to please check this QR code, give us your feedback so you can help us actually improve and do better. I would really appreciate if you guys really gave your feedback for this one. We really need it, and we are also open and welcome for you to come and suggest your ideas for us, or let us know what we can do, or if you can actually contribute with us, become one of our team members as well.